You know, all that software that runs our lives, on our phones, our laptops, even in our cars. It just feels so seamless, right? But what if it's not? What if there are these tiny, invisible cracks forming in the very code that's supposed to protect your most valuable information? Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the critical process of sealing those cracks, a process called IT patching.
Just think about that for a second. That app you use for your banking or the operating system on your work computer, what if there's some hidden weakness in there? A little flaw that someone with bad intentions could just walk right through. Yeah, it's a pretty sobering thought, and it's something that's happening all the time in our digital world.
So how in the world do we fight back against these weaknesses that are bound to pop up? The good news is there's this constant, behind-the-scenes process designed to do exactly that. So let's get into what this digital fix really is. We are talking, of course, about patching.
Okay, so what is a patch, really? When you get that little update notification, it's doing so much more than you probably think. It's not just about a new look or some fun new feature. No, it's actually this crucial care package that's designed to fix security holes, squash those annoying bugs that make your apps crash, and just generally keep everything running the way it's supposed to. And honestly, this is the absolute best way to picture it. Just imagine all of your software, all of your data, is being protected by this big digital shield. Well, a vulnerability is like a tiny, almost invisible crack in that shield. A patch? That's the stuff that fills in the crack, making your shield strong and whole again. It's really that simple and that important.
All right, so we get it. A patch is the fix for the crack in our shield. But why is keeping that shield in good repair so unbelievably critical? As you're about to see, the stakes are just incredibly high.
Okay, so the big one, number one, is security. You know, most hackers aren't some kind of super geniuses inventing brand new ways to break into systems. They're opportunists. They're just walking around checking for unlocked doors. And a known software vulnerability, that's the unlocked door. Patching is simply locking it before somebody decides to come on in.
And what are they looking for behind that unlocked door? Your data, your company's data. I mean, we all remember that huge Equifax breach back in 2017, right? It exposed the personal info of 147 million people. And you know why that happened? Because the company didn't apply a patch for a weakness they knew about. It just goes to show, patching isn't just some boring IT task. It's literally the frontline defense for our most sensitive information.
But hey, it's not all doom and gloom and scary hackers. Patching also just makes your stuff work better. You know that one program that always seems to freeze up at the worst possible moment? A patch can fix that. It just improves the overall stability, which makes your digital life a whole lot smoother and way less frustrating.
And for any business out there, this is a huge deal. Keeping your systems patched isn't just a good idea. A lot of the time, it's the law. Big regulations like HIPAA in healthcare or GDPR in Europe, they require secure systems. And let me tell you, you simply cannot be compliant if you don't have a solid patching strategy.
So, we've seen all the powerful reasons to stay patched. But what happens if you don't? Let's flip the coin for a second and look at the real dangers here. Because the price for doing nothing can be absolutely catastrophic. And wow, this slide just lays it all out, doesn't it? It's really a tale of two systems. Over here, you've got your patched system. It's secure, it's stable, it's compliant. But on the other side, the unpatched system is just exposed. It's at risk. It's vulnerable. I mean, the difference could not be more clear.
So what does being exposed really feel like? Well, it feels like a ransomware attack that locks up your entire company. It feels like your business grinding to a halt, losing thousands of dollars every single minute. And it feels like having to go to your customers and tell them that their private data might be out in the wild. The damage goes way, way beyond just the technical side of things.
This all sounds pretty intense, right? And it is. That's exactly why big organizations don't just randomly click update whenever a notification pops up. No way. They have a methodical, professional playbook for how to handle this critical process.
And the whole process is incredibly careful. First up is testing. They apply the patch in a totally safe, separate environment to make sure the fix doesn't accidentally break something else. Once it's proven safe, then they move to deployment, scheduling the update for a time when it won't cause a big disruption. But they're still not done. They always have a backup and a rollback plan, sort of like an escape hatch if something goes wrong. And finally, they monitor everything like a hawk to make sure the fix is holding up perfectly.
Okay, so as we start to wrap this all up, let's circle back to that core idea we started with, that idea of protection, of your personal digital shield. Look, if there's one single thing you take away from all of this, let it be this right here.
Patching is not optional. It's not a nice-to-have feature. It is the essential security shield that protects our digital lives from all the threats that are constantly waiting just outside the door.
And that really brings us to the final and most critical question I want to leave you with. The next time you see that little update notification pop up on your screen, you'll know exactly what it is. It's a necessary repair for your shield. So the real question is your shield up?